Right, Dave, I've got my screwdriver.
Why have you got your screwdriver, Neil?
Because there's nothing in the glass, so I thought it was the closest thing I could get to a drink.
I actually don't know what actually a screwdriver. What is a screwdriver cocktail?
Oh.
I can't remember.
Watch next week on Friday.
For a screwdriver. Isn't it something to do with orange juice or champagne or something like that?
Yep.
Right, well, Neil, before we...
Don't.
We've got a whole box.
So where did that come from?
This came from the wee Toon, which we'll go back to the badge.
Oh, the wee
Let's
Toon.
get the badge on first.
The wee Toon.
As Neil said, it's the, what did you
badges.
say? It's the week after the week before. No, the week.
Yeah,
The week after the week before.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not really. It's the week after last week.
I've been waiting all week to screw that badge on because we're a little bit superstitious here at Still Talk.
So we thought.
So you don't put the badge on until the weekend was a success, and I think we can screw the badge on.
Yeah. I think it was such a good success. You should put 2 badges up.
You could put 2 badges up. Was that be because there's a surplus of badges, Neil?
Not at all. So,
you want a badge? Phone Neil.
What are the badges all about?
Well, the badges, as you can well see there, is every year, basically where Still Talk sort of evolved from.
Yeah.
The Land Rover Club, the Scottish Land Rover
Germinated.
Club. Germinated. The Scottish Land Rover Club takes us on an annual island trip with a distillery. Must have a distillery. So as you can see there, we're on, is that 7?
Numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On
7.
year 7
7 years.
already.
That's scary.
Year 7 already, and this time next year there'll be a Harris badge on there.
Oh,
We're
you've
off to
given
Harris
that away.
next year. So everybody knows we're going to
told
Harris.
them.
Everybody knows we're going to Harris.
So wait,
we don't
wait.
know how we're getting to Harris, but we're going to Harris.
So where's Wee Toon? Is that our
Wee
Toon?
Toon
Your Toon.
is the whisky capital of the world. And it was called Wee Toon. We should really get a dram. It's called the Wee Toon because it was one of the wealthiest toons in Britain and the wealthiest town in Scotland. It had more money than Edinburgh in the turn of the last century.
Here's a question for you.
You know, a question.
Just when you're talking about Wee Toon,
Wee Toon.
when I was at school, I was in a play called Our Toon.
Our Toon. Which is Our
Can
Toon?
you look that one up?
Is Our Toon just everybody's Toon?
Aye.
A bit like
Oh, we're
your
having a Campbeltown Loch.
So we're just going to start off. I'm going to say just with a little Campbeltown Loch blend.
We had this conversation before we started last night, actually.
Conversation.
Let's just go with small drams.
All right. Well, they're small glasses.
There we go. Campbeltown Loch. And it is whiskey.
So in Still Talk, we don't like to go straight always in for the big expensive heavy hitters. We also do like to try the blends, and it does promise Campbeltown Loch blend of Scotch whisky. They are all from blend of Scotch malt whisky. I'm pretty sure it does say Springbank Distillery, blended and bottled at Springbank Distillery, Campbeltown, Scotland. So when you get a bottle of this,
It's
from
the Wee Toon.
it's from the Wee Toon. So nothing. So, well, first of all, a cheers to the weekend.
Yeah, cheers. Well done, you guys. Excellent weekend. Was this a bit smoky?
Oh, wait till you try it.
I just went for it straight for a wee drink there because it's getting quite late on a Friday afternoon. And it's actually
That
getting
does
quite
smell
warm.
really smoky.
It's smoky, it's caramelly.
That smells like a distillery. That just smells like Campbeltown Distillery, and Campbeltown Distillery's got a good old feel about it.
So Springbank.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's about Springbank.
I think it's fair to say that it
Springbank.
has
Springbank.
an earthiness to it.
Springbank.
Now that's a rather special badge, isn't
That
it?
is. That's our tour guide's badge. I stole it off him. I don't tell him. Thanks, Dave.
Whiskey Dave.
So when I was trying this last night, I got for the first time was peanuts. Not peanuts, nuts.
It has a nutty,
Oh, that's quite.
Butterscotch, nuts.
I would say it's got a sort of
That's
not a bourbony vanilla, but it has a vanilla, burnt caramel roast. You say that it's...
That's
They-
certainly. That's the first whiskey I've had in 6 days.
Is it?
You don't surprise anybody there, Neil.
I think, yes.
And it was actually it probably was actually one of these that you were actually last drinking.
Probably, yes. Well, it's probably all of these. It was less drinking.
I really was surprised with it and really I'd pick another bottle up of it. Quite happy with it.
It is.
It has a spirit to it. There is a spiritiness to it, like a blended spirit to it, but it's quite an enjoyable after-breath spirit.
I'm getting like, you get into one of those coffee shops, the like coffee roasters.
Yeah.
A milky coffee.
There's
I'm
a roast.
I'm getting that roast.
There's a roast rather than a
Yes.
than a peat
creamy,
smoke.
A creamy coffee.
Cappuccino? No.
No.
A creamy caramel. But sweet, honey, spicy on the nose.
It's got quite a kick to it.
It actually has. I don't know actually what it's bottled at. I'm assuming around
46.
40. Oh, so 46%. So for a blend.
Not all blends 46.
No, I mean
No.
usually they're around the 40%.
Aye,
Right
it
on
is.
the absolute sort of
So
minimum
is that-
legal requirements.
That's
It's nice.
oh. That is. I wonder what it'd be like with a bit of water in it.
It possibly could take a little water.
And to this day, if you ask a man from Campbeltown if he'd like a glass of whiskey, there's a small chance he will say yes. But if you say to him, would you like some water in your whiskey, he will remember the tragedy and he will reply, no thank you. What's the good of starting a fire and then putting it out?
I think it might be good.
Now this is a new one for you.
It is. Mellowing in old age.
Mellowing
So-
after the meeting.
It was all that driving.
It has a very nice exhale down the nose. Very pleasant. So the distillery itself,
Oh, well, stick some photographs in.
the distillery itself, I would describe.
And here's Dave giving us our tour around the distillery.
And that was sober.
Yes.
I did actually drive there.
He definitely didn't drive back.
And then we got our little sample.
Oh, I drove there too.
Yeah.
So I actually drove with the whole
Then we got our
weekend.
little sample. So if we were to kind of try and...
I blame Michael for that.
For
It's
what?
Michael's fault.
For what?
For having that.
Oh, Michael Barber.
Yes, yes.
For
So
giving us this extra.
we're not really...
extra.
We should really start at the beginning here.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to have to edit this down a wee bit. Right, tell you what. That's a wee dram, or a wee Campbeltown Loch, and then a badge.
And the badge is up.
Yeah.
So
Campbeltown
that's
Loch whiskey.
Friday night, still talk. Catch up with us next week.
Cheers.
Oh, Campbeltown Loch, I wish you were a whiskey, Campbeltown Loch, oh, I. Oh, Campbeltown Loch, I wish you were a whiskey, I would drink you dry. Now, Campbeltown Loch is a beautiful place, but the price of the whiskey is grim. How nice it would be if the whiskey was free and the loch was full up to the brim. Oh, Campbeltown Loch, I wish you were a whiskey, Campbeltown Loch, oh, I. Oh, Campbeltown Loch, I wish you were a whiskey, I would drink you dry. I'd buy a yacht with the money I got and I'd anchor it out in the bay. If I wanted a nip, I'd go in for a dip, I'd be swimming by night and by day. Campbeltown Loch, I wish you were a whiskey, Campbeltown Loch, oh, I.